Hello and welcome back. I am Dr. Lori Williams. Today I want to talk to you about 3 things that I see time and time again that people do unknowingly to hinder their healing journey. So I'm also going to explain to you how what to do instead to be able to help you further your healing, whether it be on your own or if you're working with someone else. So first and foremost, it's the inability or the unwillingness sometimes to be aware of what's actually truly going on. When you don't have self-awareness, you are less likely to be able to understand exactly what's going on, why it's happening, and all those kinds of things. And before you can change anything, before you have the power to change anything in your life, you have to have the awareness that it's, it is what it is, that, whatever this is, it may be something like, you're not willing to look at certain emotions that are coming up because they just feel too heavy. It may be that kind of lack of awareness of how you're self-sabotaging, how you're getting in your own way, how you're halting your own journey. So once you have this realization, then that's when things start to change. That's when things start to actually move and healing actually starts to take place. So what you can do if you recognize that you are essentially sabotaging yourself and getting in your own way is to sit down and do an assessment of how you feel at different points throughout the day. So when you first wake up, write down, how am I feeling right now? What is it that I need that's going to help me feel better? Because no matter how good we feel, we can always feel better, right? So what can I do to help myself feel better? If you notice that you are kind of in this state of just kind of feeling blah, ask yourself the questions of like, where could this be coming from? Allowing yourself to have these open dialogue with yourself is essentially what you're doing is you are building the self-awareness. Now, it will take time, so have patience with yourself, but it will come. Keep asking yourself the questions and keep answering them. And this is how self-awareness is going to become second nature in your life. So the second thing that a lot of people do, unfortunately, that will halt the healing journey is they blame other people outside of themselves. A lot of the time, it's like typically their parents. So it's like, well, my mom did this or my dad did this. Okay, great. We can acknowledge that whatever happened to you in your childhood was of no fault of your own. However, healing it is 100% your responsibility. So now what? What does it look like now to be able to take that power back away from those people or circumstances that you're blaming? Because every time you are blaming something or someone else outside of you, you are continuing to give your power away to that situation or to that person. Healing is really about taking that responsibility back, about wanting to feel all the things and wanting to be able to release them once and for all. Somebody who has gotten to a point where they're ready to heal has decided that they're no longer willing to carry the weight of what life has done to them, So this is definitely something that needs to change very early on. If you recognize that you are still blaming other people or other experiences as to why you are the way you are, that definitely needs to be looked at for you to be able to continue on with your healing journey. And last but certainly not least is the unwillingness to feel the hard emotions. Now, every single ailment, illness, disease that you will ever have starts as an emotion. There's an emotional attachment to that. So for you to be able to heal yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically, you have to feel the feelings. You have to feel all of the things that you have been working your entire life to try to suppress. Healing comes in the feeling. There is no way around it. There is no way to bypass this very, very important step, because feeling is healing. There is no other way to truly heal and to be able to release these mental and physical and emotional aspects rather than feeling the emotions. The only way through it is through it. And now that doesn't mean that you have to feel all the feelings all at once. And I actually encourage the exact opposite. Take what you can handle. Start with where you're at. If you don't feel like you're ready to face your biggest trauma, but you can start with a few of the smaller ones, then start with a few of the smaller ones. It's not about breaking you down, it's about building you up. And if you are taking on too much too fast, you can definitely feel as though you're being broken down. That is the last thing that you want. You want to be able to feel these emotions in a way that even though it may hurt, even though it may be messy, even though it may, it's going to feel awkward. I'm going to 100%, I'll be honest, it's going to feel awkward. But knowing that on the other side of that is your ability to release those emotions and subsequently release the trauma that's attached to them. That's what healing is all about. So have patience with yourself. Practice forgiveness with yourself, because unfortunately we are probably the last person that we tend to extend forgiveness to. So start making forgiving yourself a priority. It's not going to be perfect. It's not supposed to be. There's so much perfection in the imperfection through your healing journey, and through life for that matter, that essentially it's what you choose to focus on. Don't be hard on yourself. It took you, take your age now, it took you this long to get here. Don't expect to get through it all in one day, or all in 1 month, or even all in 1 year. So I hope these have helped you to maybe help you get through any kind of stagnation that you may be feeling. And if you would like to have someone who knows all the ins and outs of holistic healing, please feel free to reach out to me, and I can definitely get you going on the right path or support you on your journey, whatever it is that you need. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here next time.